3,
2,
1.
1.
Monkey
Bars.
Oh, hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Thick and Butter podcast. My name is Alex.
My name is Jesse.
AKA Thick.
And Butter.
This is episode, I don't fucking know. But today we have a guest. We have a guest today. And this is a guest that was recently on. Correa. Welcome back, my friend.
Yay,
back,
hello.
back,
Hello
welcome back.
again.
This is going to be our second installment in our journey of the Twilight saga.
Oh my God.
And if you guys listen to the
God.
the previous one where we reviewed Eclipse, which is the third film, we said that we wanted to do this more. We wanted to review all of them. And not only review all of them, but review them in wrong order. And so today we're going to talk about the last one, Breaking Down Part 2. But before, I want to just talk to you boys. I just want to, you know.
You want to mingle with us?
Yeah, I want to mingle.
You want to mingle? Mingle?
Mingle
around here?
Maybe flirt, you know. I don't know. I don't know how.
Want to mingle with this single?
Yeah,
flirty.
We're all
flirty.
Single. Wait, no, Jesse's not single.
I'm not single.
Yeah,
I can't be a flirty mingler. I can't.
I can't. I have to resist. I know.
If you were offered, hey, do you want to be a flirty tingler? What would you say? You didn't know what it was exactly, but
flirty
someone just
tingler?
That sounds like
what
a crime.
That means what that means to me is you tingle someone flirtatiously. You're a flirty tingler.
Yeah.
Well, what's a ting? What would be a tingler? What are you tingling? Is this
anything like your shoulder?
You're the one who said it. You know, I don't know.
I feel like tingling would be like a deep kind of tickling, you know? Not like the tickling's like atop the skin. Tingling would be like get in there a little bit.
Yeah, like massage. A massage tickler.
Yeah. There's some force to it.
That's what a masseuse is.
Pushing deeper.
Pushing deeper.
Right. What if that was like what if we didn't call like massage therapist masseuse, like they didn't have a title, their title was professional tickler.
Professional tickler.
Ew. /tickler.
Ew.
Hey, you guys do you want to set up an appointment for the tickler? Fucking no. That sounds terrible.
I'll be back in 5. I got a tickle appointment.
I'm getting tickled today. By who? By an adult man. He's gonna tickle my whole body.
You're like you're at Starbucks and like you meet a nice lady and you're like, yeah, I just got back from my appointment. Like, oh, what appointment? Like tickle appointment. Like, oh, you go to Tim? Like, yeah, I go to Tim. He tickles me real good.
I love Dr. Tim Tickler. Tim Tickler.
What the hardcore package?
I got the special.
What if Dr. Tickler, Dr. Tim Tickler, what if his full name was Dr. Tim Tickler with special technician in tickling?
PhD.
He'd be Dr. Tim Tickler, pro tickler.
Pro tickler. It's a sport now.
Pro tickler. You guys going down to the tickle competition? Yeah, I'm gonna go to the tickle competition right after I see Dr. Tim Tickler. It lines up great.
Have you guys ever? Okay, this leads me to a question. Have you guys ever? I doubt it. But have you ever been to like massage? Like I can imagine Jesse being like, "Man, I need a massage." You just
Dude,
go to the
yeah.
spa.
Dude,
You come back and you're like, "What are you doing today, dude? I just took a nice mud bath. I feel cleansed."
Got a facial, all that stuff.
Yeah, I can't see Zach doing that either.
I would
No.
want a massage. I would want a massage.
I want to try it.
Yeah.
For sure. I don't the idea of a man, like a grown man,
Yeah.
just massaging my butt cheeks doesn't sound that appealing to me. It's not something that I want to seek out, That's
Yeah.
me,
It depends on how good is he though.
Right. You're absolutely right. You are absolutely right. That's the thing. Like, if he is a really good tickler, yeah, maybe I'll take that chance.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll take that chance. Maybe get a happy ending at the end. Who knows?
A happy ending tickler with
tickling.
happy ending.
Yeah, I wonder I guess the happy ending would still be the same if it was a tickler.
Yeah.
Instead of a thief.
Perhaps the technique might be different, but
yeah, technique.
No, same technique. Same technique.
Constant. Do you think there's a constant happy ending technique? You think it's like a uniform way? That's like on their description. How do you perform a happy ending? Happy ending?
Whoa,
well, sir, you grab it like a rain stick and you tingle it all up and down.
Yeah, you guys are talking like experience. Trust me, I've tickled a lot of people in my day. And let me tell you, I know the technique. 2 hands, like this. Like
it is. Like a jellyfish.
Give you a little spit.
If that bitch ain't slicking up, I don't know, spat.
You know what? Fuck this. I'm gonna be a tickler. I think that's my calling. I think I should be a tickler.
Tickler?
Really pretty good at it.
I've read a lot of books that say people who don't follow their passions,
Yeah, sorry, continue.
People who don't follow their passions, like it's not only a damage to yourself, it's a damage to others because you're withholding your passions from the world.
Or
Alex,
yeah, right.
Alex, you're withholding your tickler technique. This is your true passion.
Okay, I know what I'm gonna do.
You're hurting other people.
I have a garage. Yeah. I can't afford like renting a space, to have like clients come in. So I'll just run a tickle spa out of my garage.
Gotta share your talent for tickling.
There's just a giant fucking sign on your house that says that just awesome tickling. $10 an hour.
Oh,
you want your body tickled? This garage is the place for you. I definitely won't have the cops called on me for sure.
Oh my god. What would you so if you charge $10, if you charge $10 an hour, how many hours do you think is spent?
If you want a real tickle session, something that's like will get your you will feel good. You'll come out of the session a different person. It's like your chakras will change, like you'll come out and just new ideas, new creative thoughts. I would say about 5 hours. If you really
Wow.
come in the morning, I put my speedo on, I wash my hands thoroughly, and then the tickling will begin around 7 a.m. and it'll continue to about 2 when you're off to your next errand. You know?
Well, at that point, shut up like a bed and breakfast for tickling.
Dude, that's
Yeah,
a genius idea.
Yeah.
Like if it's gonna start that early.
I'll cook you fucking bacon after we're done.
You could charge that. You could say $10 an hour, $12 with bacon.
Yeah. Or like full Glennon breakfast, like $20, bacon not included. Plus $3.
Now I'm just imagining a guy who's like coming up there. It's like, dude, I've been waiting. We've been on the road for so long. This is finally, we found the perfect spot to stop. The Tickler's Bed and Breakfast. And they go up and they see their rates and they see bacon's not included. And they're like,
Fuck, man, dude. All right, let's go back to Oklahoma.
back on the road again.
Damn it.
Bacon's not included.
So Jack, you ever been to a spa? You ever done that?
Nope.
Do you have any desire to do it?
I mean, I want to say desire. It's like, okay, if it happens,
dude.
sounds weird. If it's like,
that was like that was sick. That was like slang for desire. Dude, I got the desire. That's sick.
got the desire for this.
Fire.
Got the fire desire for it. So from tickling talent.
Desire.
Well, okay. Well, so do you? So I completely cut you off. So what did you say? So you don't have the desire yet to get a massage. So
No, I mean,
but you're not opposed to it, is what you're saying.
No, I'm not opposed. I don't think it's. I mean, it's hard to explain. You know, like it's not something I would seek out, but it was like someone says, "Hey, you want to go get a massage? It's free. Let's go." I'm going. It'll be like, okay, I'll go.
I 100%. I know what you mean,
bro. After COVID's over, we should all do a spa day. Just us and record it. And that'll be a freaking letter vlog. You know, us free and a spa. You know,
well, okay.
One bath, the whole deal.
What is
the problem?
Go ahead, Zach.
The problem is, well, if we do that, we gotta ask them for tickles. We can't say massage. We gotta say tickles until they figure it out.
We're like, hey, our appointment's at 8. They're like, okay, what do you guys want? Do you guys want the hot rocks, the massage? The what? Like, the massage? Like, what's a massage? Like, isn't that what you're here for? No. The tickling? Is that what you're talking about? No, we want the tickling. Add the tickle.
Oh, I want the tickle, please. I would like the tickle package.
I mean, why are you guys hiding this from me? I know you guys have it here. You know,
I want the deep tissue tickle.
This guy, I know Tim tickles.
You know, he's here today.
My buddy Aaron from Starbucks told me that Tim is the tickler, and I want the tickle. I want the maximum tickle.
Nothing is going to stop me. You can't stop me with hot rocks.
But real talk though, Zach, what kind of massage do you think that you would want?
Ooh.
This is a head massage.
Ooh.
Yeah, you know, honestly, like you like rubbing your head. Oh, that sounds like fucking nice.
It cleanses out your congestion.
Dude, how about this?
Yeah.
You know what I never understood? Acupuncture.
That's scary.
That? That's fucking horrifying. I never that acupuncture is one of those things that I don't even understand why people do it. Like I'm like, what does that do? Like
Eva's actually done it before, and she said it's like
people. I know people who've done it. They're like, it's awesome.
You know, actually, I don't know if what Eva did is acupuncture. I think what she did, she was telling me that what she did was that this was for like swimmers and stuff, and this was a way to unstretch muscles, that there would be like this guy with a needle, and he would go, or she, I don't know, a needle stickler could be any gender they wanted to be. They take like a needle and they stick it into your muscle, and the person wiggles it around.
Oh.
And it unclenches the muscle.
Okay.
And it's like incredibly painful.
Tension.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Oh.
But I don't think that's acupuncture. I think that's like that
just sounds like torture.
Yeah,
that's
right?
Torture.
That sounds brutal.
That's like fucking Pinhead from
Wow, Hellraiser. Yeah, that one.
That movie. Zach, you said that you wanted to ask us a question earlier.
Oh.
Didn't you text us and you wanted to ask us a question?
Well, my question was about the pooping. Or whatever podcast that came out today about the pooping, because Alex said some really strange shit about the amount of times that he poops, and I just need to get some clarity on this whole thing.
Yeah, go ahead. It's out there, so it's good.
Well,
you know, I'm glad that you know what. I'm glad that we're having this conversation.
Yeah.
Because, you know, when I said this, that I said, I was worried that people were gonna think that I was a crazy person. So continue, please ask away.
Well, I don't think I'm a good judge if you're crazy or not, but like Jesse Talk said, it was like regular for him. But like for you were all over the place with like what yours was. You said like when you went to London, it was like 5 days before your butt was like, okay, time to go. But like you didn't give a straight answer for like what's normal. Like what is the norm?
So what do you want me to answer? Do you want me to answer what my poop schedule is normally?
Yeah. Well, like how many times per week?
Yeah.
Okay, so
or per day. This is like complicated. Hold on, guys. I gotta catch my breath. This is gonna wind me, dude. I gotta explain my.
I gotta get up. I gotta go. I gotta look at my calendar.
Let me get my notes. Hold on.
I was just like, dude, you got my notes. I took out this giant notebook. It's like this thick.
You shouldn't have asked me that, Zach. You shouldn't
go. You know, I would think that my poop schedule is actually like on a normal is every other day.
Mm.
So I
That's
don't
weird.
every day.
Yeah.
I don't do that. But you know, they're healthy. You know, they're healthy poops. I had a lot of issues, you know, early in like high school, constipation and stuff, and then I found Metamucil, which Jesse definitely knows that I take that because he lived with me. I take pure fiber, baby.
Pure fiber.
And dude, ever since I did that, dude, my poops, they come out firm, large, in large quantities. I feel good. I feel fine when I release my bowels. It feels like, I don't even know, man. It feels like an angel just kissed me on the forehead. I don't even know, man. It's amazing.
So it's like Play-Doh?
So
it's like Play-Doh coming out.
Play-Doh. Yeah, Play-Doh. Have you ever eaten Play-Doh?
Wow, that was a scary transition, my dude. That got me worried. Yes.
To the London thing. Yeah, that's true. I like whenever I travel, it's like a common thing that like at least in my circles that when you're like traveling, you get like your schedule gets out of whack because like when you're in London, it's like what 6 hours ahead or 6 hours behind.
Oh, that makes sense.
Because of that, your schedule's all whack, so that's why your body's like, what time is it? Well, you shouldn't be awake, right? What are you doing? So like it's all kind of out of whack, and so it takes
that makes sense
to get acclimated. And then you fucking drop dookies. But other than that, you know, it's fine. Does that answer your question?
That answers my question. Thank you.
Right. How about your poop schedule? What's your poop schedule like?
Yeah, spill it.
Yeah. So mine is every day.
Yeah, that's good.
And it is like a constant. I mean, before it used to be constant when I was a kid, like boom, this time every night.
Yeah, see, that's something I never understood. I poop at all times of day.
Yeah.
Like I don't have a specific time where I poop.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that's me now, and I think a lot of it comes down to like when you start working. You know, boss makes $1, I make a dime. I'm going to shit on company time. that kind of stuff. So like it changes now when you're adult, it's like poops become strategic. They become a break in the day.
Yeah, it's like alone time.
A secret weapon.
So I don't have to talk to fucking Steve. Yeah,
Avoiding Steve.
Yeah, right. Dude, I don't want to fucking talk to Steve today. I got a shit,
Yeah, I don't know. I'm more of a freeform pooping artist myself as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm all over the place. I'm all over the canvas, man.
Right. All over, man. no restriction.
Could be 8 p.m. Could be 8 a.m. Who knows?
Who fucking knows, dude?
Fuck the police.
I can't see into the future.
Oh man. Zach, any updates on your ranch consumption?
Well, I did have pizza for dinner with ranch tonight. So
it's a sign.
Yeah.
It's a sign that we should this is the pod this is the day that we
this
should
is
have
a
done
podcast.
Wait, we're doing a podcast right now?
Oh my god!
My mom said I'm not allowed to do this. Oh,
boys,
baby.
boys. It's time to break down.
Why are you giving me a gender?
Why? Here you go. You want it? I can take it back.
Come on. That's rude. Assuming that I'm a boy.
I was gifting it to
Fucking asshole.
All right. Let's talk about a vampire movie. They're our favorite.
Which one?
Just A1. I'll describe it to you. Maybe you can guess which one I'm talking about.
Okay.
In this vampire movie, the vampires don't really do much of anything most of the time. They all shop at Hot Topic. You can often
I know this one.
Okay.
I know. Okay. I think I know this one.
All right, let me hear your guesses.
Oh.
And the correct answer.
It's a vampire movie? Wait,
It's a vampire
movie? I gotta guess.
Okay.
So nothing. Hot Topic. Oh, I'm gonna say.
I got my guess.
Oh.
Okay. We'll give Alex.
Transylvania.
Okay, good guess. What's your guess, Zach? Good guess.
3.
Titanic.
Summer Vacation.
You said Titanic?
Yes.
Okay. The correct answer was.
Vampire in
Hey! Order! Listen. There's no bad moods allowed in this courtroom as we try to figure out what this fucking vampire movie is. I'm gonna reveal it to you. Are you ready? It's Zootopia. You fucking idiots! It's obviously Zootopia.
I don't think there's a vampire in Zootopia.
Yes, there is.
It's
You're not watching the movie, dude. You can tell it's.
I think you guys are on crack.
I think you can miss that the sloth is actually the vampire antagonist of the film. But you'll notice that it is a vampire because
it's subtle.
Yeah,
it's subtle. Yeah,
it's very subtle.
Yeah, it's
very subtle.
It's some dude in the background. It's a background plot.
Anyways, that vampire movie wasn't very good. But we're going to talk about a different movie that's about anthropomorphic animals, and that really movie's called Twilight. Twilight.
Yeah.
Twilight 5.
Twilight 5. Twilight Breaking Dawn Part D.
Twilight Breaking Wind.
Breaking Wind Part D. Okay, this movie smells like a fart.
Here's a fart. This movie's a fart.
You can't even smell movies, but you're right.
And spoiler alert for this review if you haven't seen the movies. This movie came out 10 years ago. If you haven't seen it.
Oh my god.
You probably will not ever see it.
Not like you should, really.
Not like you should.
If you like pain, then yes. But
if you like pain.
If you like pain.
If you like vampires and pain and hot topic and you know that metal that type of guy.
What I disliked about Breaking Dawn Part 2 was that it didn't really make any sense. I didn't like that.
Yeah.
So we talked about the third one previously, which is Eclipse.
Yeah. So we skipped one.
And our biggest complaint about the third one is that it's creepy as fuck. You know,
Yeah.
there's a lot of weirdness going on. It's a love triangle movie. You know, with Jacob and Edward. I think we established that we are all team Edward. I mean, you can't
at the end.
be, you know? You know? You gotta be a fucking weirdo to be Team Jacob.
Yeah, I'm all for that cold vamp. I'm all about him.
All that cold vamp, baby. Vamp Elkin. And so I will say though that I enjoyed this thoroughly more than Eclipse. For various reasons. But one of them being that this movie isn't that creepy. There's no love triangle involved in this one. There's no, I mean, it is very well established that Jacob is okay, you know. There's an element of this where he's still kind of a creeper.
Because he's a pedo. That's strange.
Kind of a pedophile.
Yeah.
This Jacob guy can't catch a break, you know, like Taylor Lautner. I mean, poor guy. You know, he gets to the set and he's like, man, what? My character is a fuck. You know, like what? It's like, oh, finally, he's not that weird, and then he imprints on a baby. Like, oh, come on. Dude.
He was probably all about it. He was probably into it, like on set. He didn't have the context. Yeah. He was just like, I'm playing a movie star. I'm playing a. And he's seeing.
I'm a movie star.
Like, I bet he's not thinking about like the lines that he's saying, right? He's thinking about like the experience he's had been in that role, because it's not like he's not really an actor now.
That guy, you're right. He probably doesn't care because, let's be honest here, when those movies came out, he got pussy. Let's be honest here. You know, he was probably slagging. You know, he would walk outside and
wait. I have a question, because this is bringing up an interesting point about this, because. Is the fan base young for Twilight when it came out, or was it like
I think it kind of varies, to be honest.
Yeah,
so it's there is all age groups.
Yeah, so Taylor Lautner.
I think it was primarily teenagers though.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, how old was Taylor Lautner back then? Because he can't if he can't like the majority of his fans would be creepy.
You know, there's like those like YouTubers, like, you know, like Jake Paul and like Logan Paul and shit. Like, fucking like fans are like 12 and they like embrace their fans, like 12-year-old fans, like the 12-year-old girls like hugging and shit. And it's really creepy and weird. That might have been going on with this.
Yeah.
Right. But I feel like there were enough crazy older women that were probably obsessed with this.
I mean, it's also just kind of a niche to like with a if you're gonna hang out or have sex with a movie star, like that's something.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. It's like up there. It's like, hey, he ain't bad.
He ain't bad. It ain't bad.
If you're gonna have sex with every movie star, that's the question.
What was the question?
If you could have sex with any movie star, who would it be?
That's a hard question.
Mickey Rourke. The Rock. Oh, no, not The Rock, dude. I think I would probably die.
He's so
I'll probably
He's a
die.
lover.
Yeah.
I bet The Rock is a gentle lover.
I think he is too,
Yeah.
but I mean, it's not the gentle lover part. It's his equipment, like ripped me in half.
It's a hockey stick.
Jesus, he's like 6'8", like
Excuse me.
like 400 pounds in muscle.
Your equipment is
Lord.
your equipment is not my size.
It's not my right,
No.
not the right size. I'm a size like 9. You know,
Let's
not a
bring
size 28.
Hey guys, these are a couple sizes smaller. This one's too big.
Yeah, this is too
This
big.
one's too big.
I want to.
Too big for me.
I want to trade in.
Give me a switch.
I want to tap out. Get me out of here. I can't do this. It's too much.
Too much equipment and.
But no, I think Taylor Lautner fucked a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but like you're right. He wasn't that creepy in this movie. Like,
No.
he wasn't in this movie a lot at all.
That's true, yeah.
But he was like a central. Okay, so like first of all, what do you think happened, you guys? Like what happened? Should we just go through the summary of what happened?
So I mean, we have to also give context that we have not seen the first one, the second one, or the fourth one. Just pointing that out.
Yeah.
You know? No, we haven't seen part 1. We haven't seen part 1 of Breaking Dogs. We only saw part 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So we're missing a chunk, is what
this
we're
is a
saying.
pretty good chunk.
How did this movie open? How did we start? How did we begin with this?
This movie opens.
Oh, it was sweet.
Bella being like, so I would assume that Bella was turned into a vampire at the end of Breaking Dawn.
Yeah.
And I guess they had a child. So that's pretty easily implied in the first. Like, you don't have to see the first movie. To get that.
Yeah.
You know,
That could be a setup to its own movie. It's like,
Right.
sure.
Yeah.
I know I could believe this.
And so the opening is the best. So we basically see Bella in her, learning how to be a vampire. She's running fast. She's breaking shit. She's fucking smelling blood. I'm like, oh yeah, I fucking want to eat that.
That was great when she climbed up the fucking cliff.
Fucking Spider-Man. Like fucking Spider-Man on steroids.
I also love Edwards in these beginning scenes because that was the point where he looked just the most depressed. He was so sad.
Yeah. Yeah. So basically, the beginning of this sets up that Bella is a vampire now. And she's cold. There's that great scene where Edward touches her face and he goes, "We're the same temperature now."
We're 25 degrees.
We're the same temperature.
So cold.
So, okay, what happened after that is that did they have sex after that and then meet the kid?
No, so she almost fucking killed some innocent guy.
Right. The cliff scene, yeah.
And then she hunted this, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So this is the best scene of the movie, in my opinion. The first scene of the movie, I mean, is the best.
Yeah.
Because, she's hungry and she's got a food. So she's hunting her first deer, and a mountain lion comes out of goddamn nowhere, and the mountain lion leaps to like get the deer, and Bella just fucking tackles this mountain lion like in the air. And this is the first major technical problem of this movie. The editing of this film is fucking dog shit. It was like dog shit in the Eclipse, but this movie, dude, she fucking tackles the mountain lion and then it just cuts.
Yeah, we don't know what happened to that mountain lion.
To the house, like, did she eat the mountain lion? Like, what just happened? Like, did they have sex? Like, what happened? Like, I don't understand.
Yeah, that was the first. Didn't it cut to them like going and meeting the baby, right? Like that scene.
Yeah, the one back home.
So alarming. It was so alarming. That's funny because it's like you don't know how much time's in between those things, and like that's a huge amount of distance. Like so much space and time was traveled in that cut. It's like teleportation.
But also, and then this leads us to another absolutely batshit insane thing about this film is that the baby is CGI. And why?
It looked like a Frankenstein, Frankenstein plastic model.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah. I mean, like,
it was creepy.
The face, and if you guys watch that scene and you don't think it's CGI, watch the baby's face. Like, super close. It's like floating.
Yeah. It's weird because what would be really funny, this would be really, really funny, is if they actually had a real baby there, but they CGI'd the face over to like.
Can you Google it?
Yeah, we should look at. I'm really curious how they did it. We should.
Google it.
I'm also gonna Google it because we usually need someone like.
Someone always forgets.
Yeah, and we have to 2-time it. What are we Googling? Like, how did they shoot the baby in Twilight Breaking Dawn? How did they film the
was baby in Twilight?
Yeah.
In Breaking Dawn.
Oh, this is just one. Actually, I searched was baby in Twilight fake, and the first thing that comes up is Renesmee Cullen was obviously not a normal child. The behind the scenes featurette, including Twilight revealed, originally looked like. Oh, yeah.
It's a doll.
It's CGI, yeah.
Okay, over a doll?
Yeah.
Well, here's the funniest part is that the baby looked differently originally, so I think there was a real baby that they like face replaced.
That's what I was wondering if that's what they did.
I think it is.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Apparently, it's also haunted.
What
do you mean?
So,
this is the doll is haunted.
This is the picture of the doll I just saw
that they were using.
Yeah.
Is that a picture?
Wow.
Oh
So
my fuck! Oh my god!
We should post a picture of this.
Oh my god! If you're listening to the audio of this, I don't even know how to describe. I don't even know how to describe
Just
that.
Google Breaking Dawn doll and you'll find it, and it's creepy. And I'm sorry.
Is that real? Jesus,
that's hysterical.
Like, that's
like
an Annabelle.
When I saw that, and I thought that was when I saw that picture of the doll face, I thought that was their first attempt at a CGI thing, and it was like, this is too horrible, and they had to fix it again with CGI.
That would be rough.
These are crazy. So they actually had a real doll. Wow.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, so I wonder, like, what the fucking, they couldn't afford a baby? Like, they couldn't find a baby? Like, what? Like, I don't, think about how many babies are in this. You know, there's gotta be an agency in Hollywood that's babies in Hollywood. And it's just a bunch of babies, right?
Yeah,
right?
I guess. Yeah, I think that's how it works.
Well,
I don't see how.
Like, why they just didn't want to. What? Get a real baby.
The only
I have a guess.
Yeah, what do you think?
My guess is because they have the one scene of the kid growing up because they're half vampire, half human. Is that they have the entire like CGI scene thought of, and then it's like, hey, we're on this side, and then we got to move to that side, like have them grow. And that'd be too hard getting all these kids, so we'll just make it CGI.
I think, I think what you're getting at is that, the kid, like they wouldn't look the same, right?
Yeah.
If they got a baby, and then because they had to grow up to, like, we see it at the end of the film as like a 20-year-old or whatever. So like, I guess you're right. They had to not. It would be hard to cast 3 ages of people that look alike.
Which they do that a lot. They do that a lot to make that like consistent, and it's always kind of.
But they do that movies. You know, that's something that is not new. You know, look at Forrest Gump. or fucking Moonlight.
Yeah.
That was an independent film.
And it's like they have the idea that they went out of their way to make it so the baby had the same exact face, recognizable each time, when it's like your face doesn't look the same when you're a baby.
Also,
like
no one cares. No one cares that much.
Yeah, right.
Be like, whoa, that baby, like, bro, this is Twilight breaking
maybe what it was is that they had a little bit of extra cash, and the guy who was directing was feeling big in his britches, and he was like, dude, let's just make a doll baby. Let's do a doll baby, a CGI doll baby.
Why not?
Why don't we do that?
Why not?
Yeah.
What's the worst? You know, it's dude. What's the name of this director? Was it Alan? Alan? It's Bill.
Bill
or Alan. Shit,
Bill
man.
Allen.
Let's make this baby a doll.
Yeah.
Shit, Bill. Let's do it.
This reminds me too is there's this movie called called American Sniper with Bradley Cooper. And there's this scene where Bradley Cooper, he comes home from like a deployment, and he has like a baby, and he goes and he picks up the baby, and it is clearly a doll. I mean, it is clearly a doll. And when you watch it in the film, you know, Bradley Cooper's trying to act with the doll, and you see his finger like move to like try to move the doll's arm up and down, like in the movie. So you see Bradley Cooper trying to like make the baby not look fake in the film.
Wow.
So fucking like, just get a real baby. Like, why is this so hard?
I understand.
Babies are hard to control, I guess.
Yeah, but like if you're having just a scene like that, like that's what babies do. They just sit and look at you.
It was supposed to be asleep, you know, and like the baby was doing anything. Like,
or you could have done it. It's like if you really wanted to just like not have a scene with a baby acting, it's like sure, just use a doll and have like a shot of like someone carrying it. Like you don't need to have a baby for like a long shot or wide shot. I get it, but if you're gonna get like have a bunch of them where you're like coochie, like in Twilight too, it's like headshots with just like this fake ass baby and Bella.
Yeah, the baby's like an important aspect of the film.
Yeah, a central figure. She's like she is like the whole point of the film. Nessie.
After the
That was the best. Do you guys have like a best line? There's a lot of funny lines. Yeah, that one was really good. I wish none of them were as memorable as that one.
Yeah.
Because you're right. Like the beginning of this was great with the mountain lion scene, and then all the crazy shit with the baby.
It was a great setup.
And then like my favorite scene.
And Jacob imprinting on the baby. That whole scene.
Yeah.
Like that whole confrontation where you imprinted on my baby. I don't even know what that means. I mean, still, like, I don't know what that means.
It's like a werewolf bonding kind of thing. You know,
but why is that bad?
Because it means he's gonna fuck her eventually.
Really?
No, I think that means like it's like part of the vamp, like gonna be raised in the werewolf stuff. So it's like it's gonna be half vampire, half werewolf, part human.
No, half. No, it's half human, half vampire. No, quarter. A third vampire, a third werewolf, a third human.
Yeah. And my theory of why they did that is because Twilight fans must have been pissed that Team Jacob didn't get it. So it's like, all right, fine, this girl's going to be part Jacob kids too, or like sibling kind of thing.
Yeah.
So then I remember like way at the end where Jacob says to Edward, "Can I call you Dad?"
Yeah.
It's like, hey, this is like, hey, she's part of my like litter. She's my sister. It's kind of weird.
I call you Daddy?
The love triangle kind of reverses itself there.
Yeah, that's like the beginning. And like, but Jesse, you said something so true is that it feels like that was the end of part one. Like that, like that whole conversation, that whole thing, very dramatic, very like, whoa, like fucking big, Jacob imprinted on this fucking boob. And that should be the end of part one. But instead,
that'd be great.
Instead, the beginning of the movie just opens with a fucking bam! And it's just like, the opening is sick. I mean, like the first 20 minutes, things are happening, things are moving, drama, tension, and then the movie goes, and just, just stops.
It's like it stops.
They're setting up the whole second film, basically.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, right.
Which is the Italian mob versus the Americans vampires.
Do you guys remember?
The Russians are involved.
Do you guys remember the scene when Jacob told her dad that revealed to her dad that she was alive, and he got naked, he stripped in front of her dad? That was a funny scene.
And then turn into a
you know what? I think that was genuinely supposed to be funny too. So maybe it kind of worked. I don't know.
That's actually a really good point. It was like a moment of humor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like the only time where it kind of worked. The other sense of the humor in this movie did not work. When fucking Jacob was like Dracula 1 and 2. Creepy.
Yeah. he's like being discriminatory towards the vampires. He's like, hey,
dude, that's like fucking weirdos. What if Bella was like, that's fucking racist? And then the just cuts. Twilight breaks off part 2.
My favorite scene is when they get the house and then they're like, this is the living room. This is Resume's room. And then this is the bedroom, and they're like, we don't need to sleep in here. Edward's like, I know.
The fuck bed.
No, he goes, that's not the fuck bed. He goes, no, fucking, we'll get that scene. Jesse was like, we were like, that room, the vampires don't sleep, and Jesse was like, well, yeah, is that just a fuck bed? Goes, we're not sleeping in that bed. He's like, calling it completely. Like, that's how crazy this movie is, right? Because you made a crazy joke, like an insane, out there kind of joke, like, that's the fuck bed, and sure enough, it's the fuck bed. Like, isn't that crazy?
Exclusively.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah, that's fucking wild.
And that sex scene, man. Woo!
It was so
wow.
It was so PG-13.
Like in a clip, the sex scene of that is weak. You know, it is like it's nothing.
They don't even have sex. It's a bummer.
I mean, it was such a tease. And it's this.
This is a payoff.
She fucking rips her shirt off.
Yeah.
It's like a montage of lips and feet.
Montage of lips.
And lips, feet, you know, and those classic shots of squeezing the linen. You know, oh, ouch, you know.
Oh, and there was that great shot of Bella, and then she had like those flyer thighs like, come around.
What happened there?
That generic ass pop song, and then there's that great shot where it seems like they took a break.
Oh yeah. There's a break in the middle,
but it was like so short. It wasn't like a comedic break where they're just like they stop and it's and it goes back to a montage. It was just a shot where it's just like they're resting.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of times it's so fucking funny. It's like all like cross dissolves and like with this horrible pop song playing.
Oh
yeah, man, so funny.
And then they end up in the bed in the living room by the fire.
Right, so they fuck everywhere. Everywhere.
All over the place. Wait a minute.
Do you think Edward comes?
Well, he has to, because he has a kid.
No. Ooh.
Do you think it's normal, Jiv?
But like if he's dead.
Cum? I feel like what is vampire? Google that. Heard. Google what is vampire cum like.
You know, honestly,
vampire
I think people know. I think people, if I type in "can Edward ejaculate," I think that I will find an answer. Like I genuinely believe that.
I mean, he definitely could ejaculate.
from.
I think. But
It's
I'm
how he
saying,
ejaculates.
yeah,
How can
and
he
what
ejaculate?
what is the substance? Is it the normal?
Okay, I got it. I've got it.
Okay, what is it? What
I
is
got
it?
So they don't have blood, but they got everything else. So like they still pee and poo, but like
okay, here's my
that's
follow-up
weird.
question. Here's my fucking follow-up question to that. They don't have blood. How does he get a bone done? You know, how does he get a
Well, we
bone
discussed this a little bit because I think there was an article that came up last time while we were researching shit that was talking about how
his ice penis.
Yeah. And it was and I think one of our theories was like, well, maybe he's just erect all the time. It's just like a big ice that's just erect all the time.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess the whatever the stuff that they have in their body, it's like, you know, it probably just fills it.
Crystal or
yeah, it's crystal meth.
Our blood is made of meth.
That's how they run fast.
I found
what?
I found an answer. I found an answer on Correa.com.
Perfect. That's where the real answer is.
Yeah. Here's the real answer. Vampires do have bodily fluids, such as venom. Just not blood.
What?
Yeah, so they do, and I think they must not pee or poop because like they don't eat human food anymore.
Oh,
right.
So I don't got it.
So what's the point of a penis then?
Fucking ladies, dude. You know,
fucking dragon or dog.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Oh, wait. Did you mention that all the other vampires do like raging like in their free time the entire time?
Well, yeah, that was another thing I was gonna mention in that sex scene is like Bella after their goes like, wow, you're really holding back. It's like, yeah, now that like they're both vampires, they can just fucking hug till there's no Clara, because you know in Eclipse. You know, the whole problem was, you know, Edward is going to break her because he's so strong, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, I wanted to point that out. I thought that was funny. Are you guys going to add something? Or
find more, Jesse?
I have to, I'm sorry, I have to report this because I got a little sidetracked reading a bit more answers from this Quora.com. Let me just read you this whole thing. Bear with me.
Okay.
The payoff is at the end.
What did you ask?
This is the same thing. Can Edward come? And this is a very in-depth answer, and it has an incredible edit.
Okay.
Okay. You guys ready? This is from Angel Sean.
Shout out.
This was answered 5 years ago, and Angel is an expert in the field of mythical creatures, published on websites and magazines. She is published. Okay.
Professional unicorn.
So this is Angel's answers. How can Edward from Twilight ejaculate? Vampires don't have any human bodily fluids. Yes, obviously. But that's only because vampire venom alters the chemical composition of the blood and saliva. Okay. Males have sperms in their bodies since birth and are not subjected to any biological process for their production. Don't know what that sentence means. So when they turn into
that's not right. That's not right. Sperm is not stored in the balls. That's what she's implying there.
Say that again. I missed that.
Males have sperms in their bodies since birth and are not subjected.
Oh yeah, that's completely
are not subjected any
expert in bodily fluid.
She's an expert in the field of mythical creatures, not the male genitalia. So when they turn into a vampire, their sperm is still there. It's just genetically altered. Women, however, monthly ovulate and are only able to produce kids due to this process. When they transition into vampires, that bodily function, along with others, stops. So male vampires can produce children with humans, females with human females because their bodies still has sperm in it. Okay, here's the best part of this.
Bro, who is this lady? If you're listening
Angel
to this,
Sean.
please.
Wait, just let him get to the part, Alex.
Oh,
Let Jesse get.
Okay, here's the beautiful edit that you have all been waiting for. I've read that one of the previous, well, she says, P.S. I read that one of the previous answers said that Edward ejaculated the sperm inside himself. Injected, not ejaculated the sperm. Injected the sperm inside himself. I would like to advise the one who wrote that answer to please do their research or at least read the books before answering these questions, because people want serious answers, not idiotic ones to their questions. Also, that answer was ridiculous and beyond stupid.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
Who is this?
Angel Sean, expert.
We gotta like DM her and get her on this podcast.
I gotta ask her about having sperm in the balls part, like that part too.
Okay, I have so many questions about that. Like, for one, like, what she said is all bullshit. There's no way that's written somewhere. Like, there's no way that there's a scholarly article out there about vampires come.
And the Twilight Encyclopedia.
Oh my God!
Edward stored his sperm in the balls since childhood.
Jesus Christ. Holy shit, man.
I also
screenshot that.
Oh, dude.
That forever.
It's so good.
Fuck man. Oh my God. Wow. I like to think that woman was serious. She's gotta be.
They have to be. Well, she's in a magazine. She's published. That has to be serious. Well, assuming it's a she, we don't know gender. But like,
I gotta read that fucking magazine, the Mythical Creatures magazine. Wow. Jesus Christ. So Edward can indeed come.
Yeah, and there was this actually gets into one of the really confusing things about this that we had to discuss, and I eventually researched and cheated to figure out what was going on. But there was a whole confusion about like what the kid was, because we're okay, we missed Breaking Dawn, so is it like half person, half vampire, or did they have sex after they were vampires and she's full vampire?
Yeah.
Like, and what happens? So we're assuming that vampires store their sperm in the balls and they can have kids. So what is a natural born vampire like? That's not what happened.
So the whole conflict of the film is that the Italians think that this is a
immortal
baby.
Yeah. Which is an immortal baby is just a normal ass vampire, like, but is a kid who got changed into a vampire. So the kid has no like self-control or any of that bullshit.
And the Loch Ness monster is not that.
Yeah.
Loch Ness
monster. AKA Nessie. AKA what's the real name?
Resume. Renee.
Resume.
Okay, I guess. So the Italians are scared of these kids because of like bad parenting. Like that's what the Italian vampire mafia is like. Hey, we're all shitty parents. We can't have these vampire kids.
Oh man, yeah. That's basically the whole movie. Zach,
the best scene ever of all time is so. One of my favorite things about the Twilight movies, or any like kind of shitty blockbuster, is the exposition dump scene. I love it. It's like every time it happens, I'm like, this is the best. Because, I don't know, man. It's just the best. So when that scene happens where, you know, when like the Italian appears and they're like, why is the alien's like, why
the
is there
Italian
why
appears?
the fuck is there an Italian here? What the fuck? Go back to Italy with the pasta and your strappolis. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
So basically, they find out that they're worried about the immortal baby, and so there's this whole scene where they explain to Bella and the audience why the Italians want the immortal baby, and we see this whole flashback to like the Italians to like, and that was absurd because
Yeah.
you see how brutal the Italians are, where they like
How Italian are them Italian? How brutal?
Italian Marty.
Did you hear what I said?
yeah.
How
Yeah.
Italian are those Italians?
How Italian are those Italians? Jesse, they're pretty Italian. So like the lady rips the woman's head off. And then just throws the kid in the fire. Like
That was one of my favorite shots.
like a ragdoll. It doesn't even look. It looks so fake. It was.
I
so
like
funny.
I like the idea too that like the immortal kid is like, oh, really dangerous, and all vampires like it's so dangerous they just have to kill him,
Yeah.
and they just like it's like
pretty easy to kill him.
they just picked him up.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's like kind of the whole conflict, really, of the movie is that like this baby is immortal, possibly. And the Italians want him for some reason because can the immortal baby just wipe out all of the vampires? I guess that's like the fear.
No, it's not even about them wiping out vampires. It's about it causing a ruckus in the humans and them finding
Yeah.
out. And it's like
Right,
that's bad
and
for
that
whatever
leads
reason.
Yeah.
to like you know, oh my god, man.
CPS showing up.
I
Like
don't
they're
wanna
like, what
talk
the hell's
about
going on?
I don't want to talk about the ending yet, but
Yeah.
Jesus.
There was also like just so many switcheroonies about like all kinds of weird things, you know. So there was like that moment where it was like, oh, it's an important plot point that Bella's like gonna pretend to be dead and like hide herself. Oh, here's a great point.
Yeah,
so
right.
so they like told her dad that like that he's a werewolf, that Jacob revealed that he's a werewolf in the stripping scene. And that he
Yeah.
figured out that like the dad figured out that there was like Bella turned into something, but the mom, like they don't care about the mom or whoever
Mhm.
the dad's hoe is that's with her.
Yeah, the new wife that they just like gloss over.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
But-
really do. She's just in one shot.
Maybe she's in Breaking Dawn. Maybe it's like a
Yeah, right.
part one.
Yeah,
We'll
that could
give
be
them the
it.
benefit of the doubt.
Yeah. But yeah, I feel like it was so boring in that middle. Like it was so boring.
Because I'm trying to really think about what happened in the middle, because
I can read.
it was Zach, do you remember like at all? Like what was going on in the middle?
They
Because
were like, okay, we have this immortal kid or half immortal.
yeah.
The Italian vampire mafia is going to come get her
So
because they can't.
basically-
It's
Yeah.
against the vampire laws, and they're like, okay, so they're going to do this no matter what because they like to like screw shit up for people, and they always want to be in power. So we need to get other people to come witness this. So they get all their
they're
friends from around the
building-
world.
yes,
Yeah.
Absolutely right. So
Not
they're
even an
building-
army.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so they're building like an army of
Yeah.
some sort, right?
Yeah.
They're basically the whole middle is them planning for this war at the end that we'll get to.
Yeah.
Holy fuck. Jesus
We'll
Christ.
talk about that at the end.
And so yeah, you're absolutely right. That kind of leads to the boredom of this movie because
Yeah.
Yeah.
not a lot happens in the middle because it's just there's no real action, there's no sexy time, there's no
Yeah.
Not a lot going on.
Yeah. Like I say, there were two parts for me. Is one, you see all the other vampires' powers. Like, there's like there's the Avatar vampire, there's the Electro vampire, there's the one that can like read your mind vampire kind of thing.
We also learned that Bella is a shield.
Yeah, she's an agent of shield,
which means she has resistance against vampires.
Powers.
It took me a minute to figure out what that meant, because I was like, "What do you mean?" Like, wait, so like, she is already a vampire, so like, I was assuming. What was that?
I don't know.
It sounded like somebody ate a chip in the microphone. What was that?
I thought that was on your end. It wasn't on my end.
It wasn't on mine.
Christ.
What, are you serious? It sounded like a ghost just took it, took it.
Man.
I wonder if that will be a playback. I hope so. What the fuck was that?
Well, I'll play the video back, and then you see like a little ghost in the back. Run away. Casper's here. Sits behind me.
Can I eat you?
Can I keep you? I will eat you. But no, so it took me a while to figure out what the shield does. Because I was like, wait, so she just bit by a vampire. Who the fuck gives a flop? She's already a vampire. And so, but I guess that meant more about the people the lady who just has the force in this movie. Vampire, I guess if you, I don't know, if you have enough points at Hot Topic, if you spend a certain amount of money at Hot Topic, you get the force. I don't know.
Yeah.
This random.
It just seems like
has the force.
It seems like if there's two randomizations going on. Like, first of all, there's a randomization of people who get like these special abilities. That's random. And then the second random thing is that if they get like lucky and they get like a malady, then then they get to spin the pachinko ball and see what kind of malady they're gonna get.
Yeah, well, that's a goddamn nightmare.
Yeah.
It's weird. You're so right. It's like when you become a vampire, I guess. Yeah, you know what's funny is maybe that is actually what's going on. Maybe because Bella is a shield. Maybe that was her random power that she got.
That's what I thought. But
Edward's?
He doesn't have one. I don't think
Edward doesn't have one.
I think it's sexy though.
Wait. You know what? We should look this up.
Also, the other part with that is that like the girl that has like electricity says like, hey, it takes a while to get these skills that like you can like develop them.
Okay. Yeah. That was like that's
and then Bella's like, boom, here it is. I got it first try. I can project my power.
Force field.
Yeah.
I thought that what she was saying in that scene that you're pointing out, Zach, is that she was saying if you have an ability, it can take a while for you to develop it to its full potential.
Yeah. Yeah, because at that level, it seems like the Force, like in Star Wars, where it's like you just don't get it automatically. It takes discipline. It takes years of like training to get it. Bella's just like, I'm gonna think real hard on Edward for a second. It's like, and then he's protected.
Hard. How about the guy? How about Robert Law's character, the Egyptian?
The Egyptian Avatar.
He's like a waterbender, and then he breaks the fucking earth at the end.
Yeah.
Well, he does all four elements too.
Yeah, he's legit the Avatar.
Yeah. What the hell, man? Where are you been?
Like it seems like the reason they can't fight is because they've created like these overly powerful caricatures of people where it's just like everyone's too overpowered. Like
yeah, very true. Very true. Everyone is just dude.
So you can't make stuff happen, or the fights would be dumb.
Yeah, exactly. And so, yeah, I mean, another really weird, bizarre scene in the middle is when she just goes on a date with this, like, dude.
Oh, yeah, the dude that's...
The black dude,
Yeah, that's my...
Who was that?
That's my favorite scene. That's my favorite scene in the movie.
Who was Zach, explain why that was your favorite scene.
Because I didn't get that at all.
Okay, because it's based on the fact that Bella get a note from people saying gather the people, and then on the back side of it, it says look in the Merchant of Venice. And then the Merchant of Venice, the book she has on the shelf.
In Venice? That's another thing about this movie. What is this? Like you see a shot of like a car, you're like, oh, I guess they drove there. Yeah, they can teleport, I guess.
Yeah. But like, so she looks at the book, and then like they show it for like a split second of what it says, and it's basically like, go meet this guy. I think I'm not sure. Yeah. It's in cursive, and they show it for a second. I can't read that. But then she goes up to Seattle and like meets this guy, and it's like he's like, hey, you're who was the guy's name started with a C?
Carlisle.
Carlisle, and he was like, Carlisle was like, hey, Carl. Okay, so Carl, he's like, hey, Carl's really well preserved. He's been my client for 20 years, and this Alistair guy's been one for 15 years. And he was like, I know what you guys are. Here's some fake passports for you guys, so you can get your daughter out of the country. Like that's gonna stop them. Like the part of that is so funny. It's like, hey, here's the passport. Go to Canada. That would surely stop those other vampires that just show up from Italy.
Yeah,
like it's like.
And guess what? It didn't.
Yeah. It's like, do you think the Mounties are going to stop them? Like what?
Also, it was something that never happened. Like it never happened.
Yeah, she never went on like a...
Yeah. There was no point to that being in the movie. They could have cut that.
Also, like this movie less so, but it still follows the same track that Eclipse did. Waste another fucking time. It's just filling in the time. It's just like, all right, movies are an hour, 30 minutes to 2 hours. We got to fill that time. And this movie does it better than Eclipse, in my opinion. This movie also looks better than Eclipse. It's actually shot a little bit better. And there's definitely more... It feels like a movie. There's definitely more cinematic shots. There's more attempts.
Well, there's more variant. There's like more variants of shots, and then they have moving shots, and they have like more than one person in frame and shit. So it's like it's not deadening to watch. Special effects are still
garbage. The green screen's still garbage. But at least there's some more effort put into.
Do you think? Do you think that I think this movie was more funny than Eclipse, but mostly because of like the beginning and ending? Yeah. But like, do you guys think the middle section, like the boring middle section, was like less boring than the Eclipse boring, or like more boring, or the same boring?
I think probably less so, because I think Eclipse just had so much of a nothing.
Yeah.
Plot, because Eclipse really had nothing going on. If you really think about it, it's the same plot of this movie. Like, there's evil vampires, and they want Bella.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, so, and the difference between this is, like, Martin Sheen is the Italian, and he was fucking eating the scenery up, my man. He was just absurdly awful. I mean, just, like, but in an awesome way. Kind of like just an awesome way. I love, it's like one of those over-the-top performances that you kind of just love to watch. But, but at least this movie had that. Like, Eclipse doesn't even have, like, it's just so boring throughout. And then, like, even the last final battle, not nearly as cool as this final battle at the end of this movie.
Yeah. But, like, okay, what about you, Zach? What do you think, like, comparing the boring sections?
I feel like in Eclipse, there's enough also going on at the same time that it keeps you entertained, because, like, something's going to happen at the end because this is the last.
Yeah.
So you always know.
Sure.
And Eclipse, like, you don't know. And like, it's not like an
Yeah.
anticipation. It's just like, this is going to be boring throughout. Here was like, I know it's going to get to something.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
a higher level anticipation.
Yeah, yeah.
But also, like, the boring sections of Eclipse were dealt with the love triangle shit.
Yeah.
Fuck
Here
yeah.
it's like
That's-
vampires.
Yeah, and all the vampires, and I think it was more laughable because it was more ridiculous and not just like stupidly mundane and creepy.
Yeah, right.
Eclipse was kind of painful to watch as I'm reflecting back
Yeah.
on it. It was
Yeah.
kind of a hardship to watch that movie.
And this was definitely easier to watch
Yeah.
and more fun. And I think the story of this one is just better. Not
Yeah.
saying it's good. It's just obviously not saying
We're
it's
using
good.
like better with like an
Yeah.
asterisk by the better, saying like
I
Twilight
think-
better.
Here's what I'm gonna make a prediction that I think this is gonna be the best one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
That's
think
not
honestly,
predicting.
I have high hopes for number 1. I don't have high hopes for 2 or 4. Like I
Right.
don't expect anything from
Yeah.
them, but I think
Right.
1 could be pretty damn like entertaining.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
I
I could be-
I could get behind that.
Like, they put an effort at the start. Like, hey, this
Yeah.
is the start. We need to make this good if it's going
Well,
to keep on going.
I think that like probably the majority of the ideas was in 1. Like all this is this is like a vampire human fuck fest. That's all I want. I just want these 2
Yeah.
guys to fuck.
Right.
And it's just like that's
Yeah.
what you're setting up in the first thing. You're just saying it's just like the author's writing down. It's like my idea is you have 2 characters. I want them to fuck and I want one of them to be a human and a vampire. And that's
Yeah.
what like all the Twilights are about. Like that's what they're all about, like over and over again, but with like more stupid shit and like,
Yeah,
other,
right.
like
Yeah.
interlacings, like
Yeah. Yeah.
My
cross-breeding fucks.
My thing for number 2 is going to be the worst because if an Eclipse, you still have the love triangle.
Yeah.
And in the first, if you're going to have a romance, you're going to have the love triangle since the first book. So
That's true.
the second one's is going to be the same thing as the first or the most of the third.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I think the second one
Yeah.
might be the worst one.
Yeah, it might be really bad.
Yeah.
But I think we should talk about the ending
Yeah.
Yeah.
and how goddamn mad it made me, dude.
It's so
This movie- yeah.
it's like the best ending because it has so many great like
It has
It's so many good nooks.
big no-nos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
all in one thing.
Yeah.
Like Jesus, dude. So you want to explain what happens, Jesse? At the
okay.
end?
So the ending, like they gather all the people together, right? And then the ending is
The
like,
war.
okay, the Italians are here. They've arrived.
Yeah.
Which I
Mhm.
guess I don't know why it took them so long. Like we have no reason for why it's taking them so
They
long
walked.
to get there.
Yeah.
Because like, okay, here's the other thing. Like it's
Yeah.
been months since like the Volturi's got there. The Volturi's are in Italy. They like fucking went to Italy. You know? They like went to
Yeah.
they went to so many countries. Like they've been like traveling around by planes and stuff, but the Italians are like, nah, we gotta walk. You know, we'll walk slow too.
Yeah, we
Because
gotta wait.
we don't want to tucker ourselves out. We're about to go on a big battle, dude. We'll walk. Anyways, the Italian people
We gotta really plan out our
Attack.
strategy. You
Yeah.
know?
so the Italians walk and they arrive, and it's this small ass group of people against this horizontal line of Italians, and I think they just stand there for a really long time looking at each other,
Yeah.
whisper a little bit at each other, then
Right.
then they get kind of pissed and they go through a whole situation. Okay,
It's like, that child's immortal. It's like, no, she's not. You fucking bitch.
Yeah.
Why are you here? She's not immortal. Get the fuck out of here. And,
does Alice come out first? Does Alice and that other fuck
no,
come
Alice
out?
comes out like
No.
Okay, so like
that first confrontation.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because the guy's like, I
Yeah.
want to meet her, and then Alice comes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Well, that's at the
so-
end. That's after.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're
So-
so like,
Yeah. Continue. Zachary.
I can't. I think what it is like. So they have the line and they're standing there. And it's like, I want to meet her. So they
Yeah.
bring her up, and then they're like, okay, she's not that. And then they go back, and then the other one of the blonde ones who has the force is like, I'm going to call Robert Patterson Payne right now. So
Yeah,
she
yeah,
starts
why
like,
did she do
yeah,
that?
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Why did
And
she
then
do that?
Pain.
yeah, and pain. Yeah, and then it's like,
and
okay,
that's
so
when
then
the fight breaks out.
yeah,
Right?
because they have a reason then.
Right. So a fight breaks out, and I'm not gonna lie.
Whoa. Right before the fight breaks out. I'm sorry. Before the fight breaks out, we have the scene where Alice is like, I'm going to show you what happens when you decide to try to kill this girl. And then the fight breaks out because they're trying to kill this girl.
That's very important.
Yeah.
And so the fight is kind of cool, you know. Fucking, it's like the Eclipse fight, but like way better. Like way more people.
At least it's in snow and not like a boring ass like friggin' rock place.
Yeah. And you got Avatar and you got a Jedi in there too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And big doggies.
Big doggies, furries. and the furries, you know, so the furries are ripping heads off. You know, people are, dude, this is like vampires do WWE moves. It's like the people who like choreograph these fights like must really like the fucking Monday Night Raw or, you know, or fucking SmackDown, baby. You know, they must love it.
I wonder.
They are literally doing moves. I'm not kidding you. I mean, they're doing like wrestling moves. And, like,
what's the name of the author of Twilight? What's her name?
Stephanie Meyer.
So do you think Stephanie Meyer like wrote that in her book? Then Edward took the Italian by the neck and knocked him out like the Undertaker.
I'm pretty sure Stephanie Meyer just wrote they fought.
Yeah.
It definitely has to be a little more detailed, probably.
Probably not.
They ripped off his head.
The content of this fucking dog shit story, I definitely don't think that it was very well written.
Well, the main parts of what happens.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. I hope that the end doesn't happen, because if that did, I would burn the book. If I read that in a book, I would burn the book. I'd be like, fuck this. So, okay. So the whole fight happens, and it didn't happen. And, like, and so, basically, Alice is just, like, showing the Martin Sheen's character, Arlo, or whatever, that the main pizza boy, the future of what's gonna happen. The future of what's gonna happen.
This is out the Alice vampire who has the special ability to see a little bit into the future.
A little bit. How far? She saw like a good 20 minutes.
Hey, maybe she's been practicing, dude. I don't know.
Yeah.
It just
takes discipline.
It takes discipline. It takes discipline.
And so, talk about Blue Ball City. You know,
because they killed a lot of main characters.
That's the thing that really is like such a fucking fuck you, because it's like, for once, I was actually like, holy shit, they're killing, this is ballsy. They killed the dad, they killed, like, brutal scenes of killing the dogs, you know, the werewolves.
That was sad.
Sad scenes.
Yeah.
You know, it's epic. It reminds me of a dollar store version of the end of Harry Potter. You know, the Harry Potter fucking. And when I mean like dollar store, I mean like the shittiest dollar store you'll ever walk into. But,
this is worth 50 cents at the dollar store.
Yeah, it's not nearly as the heights of the dramatic weight that the Harry Potter films had. But like, you know, same idea, right? People are dying, their characters are dying left and right, and all for you to just be like, that none of that happened. And it's just such a big. I hate it in movies. It reminds me of dream sequences. I hate it.
Yeah.
Characters wake up from dreams. It's like that times 10. Because it's like, it's worse than that. Because at least that you can be like, okay, like, that shit is corny, but I guess you've seen that. It's like a cliche, I guess.
Yeah.
But this is like, you're leading this whole film into a big final war between the Italians and the Cullens and the werewolves, and you see it all happen, all for it to be bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
And it's also funny if you
suck all the drama out immediately. Like,
and it's also like
yeah,
it's so funny to think that the most action-packed scene in this movie didn't actually happen.
Yeah, like, dude, that is like the most like self-sabotage of a movie I've ever seen. Like,
Yeah.
how about just, dude, how about that whole scene just happen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The movie did not change at all. Because
No.
what they really try to do is that they make it seem like vampires and humans can live in harmony. That's like the whole like message behind that, which is fucking stupid. No one fucking bro. How about the bad vampires died because they killed a fucking child? They burned this. I want to see Arlo's head get. I wanted to see all that, and I want
some justice.
Real,
some justice.
And like you just, it's so fucking lame.
It is so really lame.
Bad.
I like to think then that if you think of what the actual events are in the movies, like for someone like from Bella's perspective, who didn't see that dream sequence, right? She's just watching. Literally the most exciting thing that happened to her in that movie is that she fought a mountain lion. That's it. Like she didn't do anything else exciting.
Up the wall. Up the wall.
Up the wall. Yeah. Oh yeah, the force.
Wait, no, she didn't even need that. She didn't even need that then.
But no, that happened.
Well, she
that happened
the pain
before,
thing.
That happened before.
Yeah. Like so, Edward did get pained, so she used the word pain.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna pain you. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was scared of me again.
And the thing for me also is at the end where they bring out like the person from the Amazon,
oh
and they're like,
God.
"Hey, he's half vampire, half human. He's fine. He's good." And then the other one's like, "Oh, cool. Okay, we're good. See you guys." And he's like, they ask him like, "How old are you?" He's like 150. It's like, "When did you turn mature?" He's like 7 years old. And they're like, "Chill," and then just leave.
Yeah, that was like the weirdest fucking thing, because they had that weird sign like before we had that whole like travel log segment in the middle of the movie. They were like, "We got to go to Brazil because there's answers in Brazil," and they never talked about Brazil until the ending came up, and this guy came up and was like, "I'm from Brazil. I'm half human, half vampire."
You know what's even weirder about that? He said I was raised by my aunt.
Rio de Janeiro.
Yeah,
he was like You said like raised by his aunt, who like he like turned into a vampire. So he's not a vampire, but he turned someone else into a vampire.
Yeah, right. Wait, yeah, there's questions there. How do you do that?
Yeah, how do you do that? What? Because I don't want to get a stupid answer here.
Because I looked at when I remember doing it when I was reading about a dampire, which is what a half human, half vampire is called. A dampire.
Dampire.
When I was reading about it, I thought it said that a dampire has all the vampire abilities, but does not have the vampire venom. So if he doesn't have the vampire venom, that means he can't turn people into vampires.
I got an idea.
What's your idea?
Yeah, what Alex has said.
What?
They fucked.
Oh,
yeah, good, man. Yeah, they fucked.
Because it's stored in the balls of a vampire.
What am I gonna say? You're calling me fuck his aunt?
No, wait.
Yeah.
Wait. That can't be.
If you can't bite them, because they don't know that, what's the other part?
But there's no vampire venom in the penis.
How do you know?
Google. Yeah, how do you know?
Google. Ask our lady. You know.
Okay, so I'm gonna search.
If you search that and she answered the same question, I will die. I will absolutely die if she answered to that question. You know. So what are we asking?
Can vampires create vampires? Twilight.
Through sex.
Oh, should I? Okay. Well, if they can just do it through their teeth. Then okay, I'll search that. That's a better question.
Yeah,
I'll admit
it. Vampires can you turn a vampire? If you are a vampire,
Oh
can
my
you
goodness.
turn another person into a vampire if you have sex with them?
Oh, they're not even dampires. They're dampers. Dampers. They're called dampers.
That's like a new. That sounds like a new thing from Huggies for like.
Yeah, it sounds like a fucking diaper.
Oh, dude, it's like you're a baby. You're a baby, and you look like a vampire, and you say, I desire for dampers."
I desire for dampers.
I desire for dampers.
It's a good vampire impression. Come on, lady. Come on.
Yeah.
Mythical creature expert. She's gotta win. We need her right now.
We need you right now.
Yeah.
We need you, Angel Sean.
We
We need you.
If I'm a vampire and I fuck my aunt. She's become a vampire.
Yeah. See, I don't know if they're going to talk about conception. The whole process is extremely risky. No. This is risky. Physiology. They are unlike vampires, they have a functioning heart with blood flowing through their system. A hybrid's heart beats faster than a human. These
hybrid.
are vampires or hybrids. They are capable of sleeping and gaining nourishment from both human and food and blood. Though they prefer blood, particularly human, their body temperature is usually warm, just a few degrees below that of a shapeshifter's. What's the shapeshifters?
This
doesn't answer a question at all.
Right.
It is currently unknown whether hybrids can reproduce or not. It may be possible that they are able to sense the primary limitation for female vampires is their inability to change. Not the case with the hybrids. Dude, fuck this shit. None of this is answering our question.
So I guess that they do have that alone to assume.
I don't know.
You know?
Speculative about no, unfortunately, I don't think speculative evolution can help us in the case of vampires.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so. We need Angel or whatever her name is.
We need Angel.
I looked at
Sean.
her look at her profile when you get a chance. It's something.
Is it funny?
Pretty good.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
We gotta do
There's some other banger questions.
I think for when we talk about the first movie, we gotta get her on here. We gotta be like, hey, listen, we love your account.
We love your work. We love your work.
We would love to get you on this podcast.
She's probably that was 5 years ago too. So she might. This is a past endeavor.
Yeah. She might be dead.
Yeah, the
she
profile
might be
is
dead.
The profile is dead, so like it's not
all
being
that work.
used.
All that work.
Gotta find her.
I wonder if she has an Instagram account. Angels. Hey, find me on Instagram at Angel Shaw. Used to be on Quora. Haha. Expert of mythical monsters and other things. Quora Angel Shaw.
Guys, I think we did it.
Did we talk about the whole spanking movie?
I think we fucking no.
Yeah.
Oh,
we did it.
The end.
The end. So I remember I had seen this movie but like so long ago that it was like, you know, but I did remember the very, very end. And I remember in a clip telling you guys what happens at the end, and I was so happy to find out that I was not making that up when we watched it. So the end of the movie has Bella and Edward in the classic field, the flowers, the purple flowers. You know,
do they return to that? Do they return to that throughout the whole series?
I hope so.
It has to be their spot.
A theme. Their spot. It's their spot.
Yeah, it's gotta be. And so Bella goes to Edward and is like, I want to show you something. Like, What? And then so she proceeds to show him a montage
by
which-
undulating some of her shield force at him.
yes, undulating. A montage of the last 4 films. And then meeting, and then getting married, and then touching bodies for the first time.
Which is mad spoilers for us.
Not
Mad spoilers.
They got
Yeah.
married. And so, isn't that hilarious?
What is this? Is this
Yeah.
is this
Yeah.
Ovaltine?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Amazing.
I have Ovaltine.
An IHOP cup.
Oh my god, I never really got that IHOP cup.
I'm scared this will burn me. Yeah, no, this was iconic. Yeah, that ending really sucks.
Yeah.
Especially
Yeah,
to
well,
close
yeah,
off an entire 5 films.
I just love it
Yeah.
because it's like a TV show thing. It's like
Mhm.
like
I was
the only thing that would have made that better is if we started with previously on on Twilight. You know?
yeah. My thing is like in the book, does it say like the exact word for word lines of what it used to be? And
Yeah,
it's
I
just
don't
like the
know.
last chapter, it's like all the segments taking out because I know it was like a book written for teenage girls because that would have been a perfect ending written out that way.
That'd be
Yeah.
so
Like all
funny.
the best parts, like that,
Yeah.
like from a
Yeah,
book
crazy
perspective.
how we
Whoa.
like read it. That'll be
Whoa.
wild.
Yeah.
What if she quoted her own work like it was said and then Bella showed Edward quotation marks first Twilight movie.
Yeah, that's whoa. Whoa.
Oh.
I gotta love how the last line of the movie is forever. And then the pop song plays and then it goes to like the book. Like which is so fucking stupid.
I think they show that and
the
that
last
forever
word of the book was forever.
and I think the whole
Forever.
sentence that ended with forever was that and then they blissfully sat in the perfect peace of forever.
Forever. Oh,
It's like
so sweet.
that's a hysterically like high school cornball.
Yep.
Perfect piece of forever should not be in literature.
No.
My perfect piece of forever.
That just makes no sense. Doesn't make any sense. Guys,
I think we did it.
now
That's the end.
we fucking did it.
Oh my Lord.
Twilight Saga Breaking Dawn Part 2 was another fucking doozy.
I think
I
think this was
I think we can all agree this is better than Eclipse, right?
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, way
Eclipse
better.
is the worst. I think you know what we should do. We're done reviewing all of them. I think we should do another podcast where we just talk about ranking them. You
Yeah.
know, and we do
Yeah.
a podcast just ranking the Twilight films. And as a retrospective of our work of piecing the puzzle together.
I would like that. I think it would be our victory lap essentially.
Or victory lap, exactly. Maybe by that time we can be in the same fucking room together. Who knows?
That'd be
Oh, that
nice.
would be nice.
That'd be really nice.
All right. Are we done here? Any last thoughts from you?
No, I
guys?
think would we call this thick and butter approved? Thick butter with Zach
I mean,
approved?
What would you call it, Zach?
Thumbs up or thumbs down?
It's definitely a thumbs up.
Two
Yeah.
big dicks up.
2 big
But
dicks up.
it's but it's not like it's a
vampire
thumbs up
dicks
and like on par for like relative to Eclipse. If you wanted to
Yeah.
see a Twilight movie,
Yeah,
watch
right.
this.
Right.
And it's like it's like pretty funny. It's not the funniest bad movie I've ever seen because
Yeah.
it's so
Mhm.
boring in the middle, but it's like
Yeah.
it's pretty damn funny. Like
It's
it's
pretty
yeah.
good.
we were laughing throughout, except for
Yeah.
that part
Yeah.
in the middle where we all thought we were falling asleep and it's
Yeah.
been 4 hours.
Right.
Yeah.
But pretty
Yeah.
funny. But pretty funny.
Yeah.
So I think
Pretty funny in there.
I think we should all say this is thick and
Well,
butter with Zach. With
What is it?
Zach.
Liquid butter what? Say it,
Was-
Zach.
Approved.
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 Liquid butter
Approved.
Uh-huh.
Approved.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you,
Yeah.
everybody, for
Uh,
listening. What?
I have a movie for next week.
Okay.
You want to hear what it is?
I do want to hear what it is.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's what we're gonna watch. This is what we're gonna watch. Aquaman.
Perfect. Aquaman, baby.
I like to hear that
That's actually
podcast.
a good choice because the fucking weirdo fucking Justice League movie is coming out soon, so maybe we can kind of cut that. That'll help the context of the fucking 4 hour bound to be fucking insane Justice League cut. So yeah, we're gonna do Aquaman next week. That should be fucking fun as hell. Well, you will hear. Well, we got a lot of episodes in the can right now. So I don't know when you'll hear that. I don't know
sometime
when you'll hear this.
end
I don't
of
know.
February or something.
Yeah, end of February. This might be March when you're listening to this. Who in the flying fuck knows?
We're performing freeform here. It's like jazz.
Like freeform.
Just keep on adding more and more to the back.
More and
Just
more layers.
Add more to the back, please.
More melodies, more, all that jazz.
Yeah.
See what I did there? Jazz.
Jazz.
Yes.
Like jazz.
We gotta go. Thank you guys for listening. We love you, Zach. We love you. Thank you for coming on.
I love you all, you guys too.
Next month, the third Twilight film. We will
Not
do
the
it.
third movie. We've already watched that one.
It's gonna be probably the second one.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Prepare.
All right, everybody. We love you. Follow us on Instagram. Tell your Weller, tell your daddy, tell your sister,
brother,
neighbors,
all the animals that
dogs,
we usually talk to on our Thick and Butter
flamingos,
arc.
peacocks.
Gay mingos. Zach.
You're gay flamenco.
Tell them specifically. Yes.
Who do you want in addition to the gay flamingos that we're allowing aboard our Thick and Butter arc? What is another inclusion that you would like to make onto
the unicycling rhinos?
Unicycling rhinos, dude. We haven't even.
Rhinos are always welcome.
All rhinos are probably endangered. Can you imagine how
rhinos,
endangered
rhinos that are riding bicycles? You get the fuck out of here.
Oh, dude.
Unicycles only.
Unicycles. Tricycles. Unicycles.
I think we have to put a one wheel limit if we're letting rhinos in. They're already big. They can't bring out more than one wheel.
Yeah, okay. Only unicycle rhinos.
One wheeled rhinos, please.
Okay. One wheel rhinos. Jesus Christ. This episode is brought to you by Mike's Hard Lemonade. I drank like 8 of them. That's why it's taken like 85 years to sign off. Okay. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye!
Bye.